Happy Chainsaw Man Day! We're back yet again for some more live reactions. I'm your host, Thabreakmaster, and this is chapter 209. You're gonna find out what's about to happen here in this goddamn chapter. I'm telling you right now, it better be something lit. It better be something good. She better remember something supposed to happen with her brain. I just put she remembered. I hope that's correct. I have no idea. But you know what? We gonna find out together. Welcome in, Ting. Welcome in, Ghost Having. Welcome in, Desto. You said this is a pretty big chapter. How big we talking, bro? Like, is this like game changing? Kind of high for this reaction. Well, I look forward to reacting to this chapter. I hope it's good. I hope we get some good stuff that I can actually react to. I don't want to sit there and be like, huh? It was an okay chapter. What are we doing? I don't ever like react like that. But that's besides the point. Look. If you already read the chapter, hold off on your thoughts and opinions before we get to the discussionary portion, because I got to react to this. But if you haven't read this manga yet, read this chapter, go to Shonen Jump. It's free, easy for you to use. Go over there, react with me. All right. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get this live reaction going. Right. I feel like it is time to actually do this. If I can get my finger in this freaking hole. There it is. Pause. All right. Chainsaw Man, chapter 209. Terrifying weapon. Interesting. I mean, right now we're already seeing a bunch of swords and stuff like that kind of like fling at them. I mean, does she create another does she like end up creating a weapon that's actually terrifying? Like even the Fallen Devil's like, yo, whoa, wait a minute. What's going on here? Like, you know, is that what this chapter's talking about? Usually, chapter titles mean something, so I'm just gonna hold off and maybe that's what's going on here. I don't know. There you go, welcome in. I've been good. Hope you've been good too. All right, let's go. Oh, again, freaking. What number did I give this man? Random number 2. Like it was like 486, 47. Like random dude man got stabbed in the neck. He did not last more than a chapter. This man's already dead, I'm assuming anyways, right? Unless he's like a devil. I don't know why he's a devil, but if he's a devil, then, I mean, like, is he going to be of any importance, or is this guy really about to die here? Because even Denji gets it. Even Denji gets freaking impaled in the head. Like, everybody's getting impaled. Like, this did a lot of damage. Which I expected. And they're on the ground. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. let me calm down. Oh, you'll find out what they mean? All right, Ting, I got you then. I'm not ready. What do you mean I'm not ready? What y'all talking about? God dang it. I didn't realize how freaking tall she is. Like, you see how big freaking the Fallen Devil is? Like, do you see how she towers? Like, she has to duck to get up in here. She's a tall woman. All right, God. Oh, dear. I thought I held back. Was War Devil always this week? The more burn? More burn? God dang, you gonna need some Bengay. You gonna some icy hot for this burn, okay? God dang. Long ago, I heard she was more frightening. I mean, she has to build herself up. Okay, so you don't understand about the 4 horsewomen. The 4 horsewomen, like, base form, they ain't doing nothing, okay? Like, they're bare bones. They're not strong. So, like, you need to give them time to set themselves up. Because once they set themselves up, and then, you know, people are afraid of them, oh, they're a big deal. They might even rival primordials, okay? So just give her a second, okay? She's still cooking. Just like you're cooking, right? God. Seriously, she is just disrespecting Yoru like crazy. She does not like this woman. I feel like she just doesn't like this woman. All right, so we're going to terrify weapon. I eat Mexican food for lunch. Oh, boy. You're already feeling it, aren't you? And I'm a tall woman. hey. We all love some tall women up in here, you know what I'm saying? Let's go. That panel reminds me of Resident Evil Village, Big Mom. Right? Exactly. I mean, she's freaking gigantic. Dimitrescu or something. How you say her name is? Okay, wait, what's happening here? What am I looking at? Oh, she actually got up. Oh, she freaking came through and freaking impaled her. Huh? You don't like when sharp objects get inside you, huh? Pause. God dang. And then she has like karate chopper or something. She said, "Whoopah!" Oh wait, no, never mind. That's actually that's Fallen Devil. Never mind. Fallen Devil was like, get off me. That did literally nothing. Like that did literally nothing. Okay, I mean, and it's crazy too. All she did, I'm assuming, was just push her back. Why is there an explosion? Why is there an explosion? Like, what did she run into? What the heck? Oh my. Doesn't she just die? I mean, didn't she just die? I mean, look, she's more sturdy than that. It don't take that much, okay? But she going in. She came right back and sliced her, diced her up again. Yo, okay, yo, I see you. Oh, what's going on here? She said, get that freaking little praying mantis arm out of my face. What is happening? Why is she goaded with the sauce all of a sudden? Why you crying? Wait, why you crying? Why she crying? What? I forgot. Why did I forget? No. Why? Why did I remember? What remember what? What you talking about? What you talking about? What? You just did? Or is it just my dirty mind? Yeah, look. Come on now. I'm not gonna make any jokes about Fallen Devil getting impaled from the back. Pause, Ghost Tab. You know what? You gotta do it. You gotta at least do one. All right. He's not ready. Look. I am ready. God dang it! Why is her arm twisting? What is happening? What? What? Huh? Why? She just blew up the what? Fallen Devil can regenerate from this, right? Hello? Ain't no way she did. Ain't no. Hold on a minute. Nah. What? I repeat. Breaking news. I repeat. This just in the ongoing war between the Soviet Union and the U.S. Huh? Okay, in the Soviet Union and the USA, America has reportedly dropped a new weapon on several Soviet. Wait a minute. Ain't no way we're doing this right now. I think I know where we're going with this. Hold on a second. Several Soviet cities. We have yet to learn the extent of the damage to the city. However, according to information released by the American military, the weapon is extremely lethal and was planned to be used on devils. Interesting. Understood. I have an update. Okay, according to this new information, this weapon was dropped on the Soviets. It's an extremely powerful bomb-like weapon that mainly uses uranium and plutonium, what's called an atomic energy. The American military used this weapon for the first time as a fast track to ending the war. Oh, we have the weapon's name now. Nuclear weapons! Let's go! What? No wonder. Okay, so she got a massive power boost because of this. She had a massive power boost. That's why she said, "Weapon!" and just knocked her out. Your phone knows I get back up. Wait a minute, that's not good, bro. Why are they fighting? Wait, I remember what the timeline is for this. Like, I guess this kind of makes no sense because there was like, turmoil at that time. But Sucko, what? Okay. Yeah, war stock is up. It says it's how to go up. Did the U.S. relearn? Yes, they did apparently. Yet either they relearned it or there was, because apparently there was still some like information. So there are people that still have some inklings of like remembering certain things. Not everybody knows this because, like, again, it's not as though, which is kind of weird. That's the only thing about this show that's kind of throwing me off a little bit. Because she's saying she just, like, how could she forget? But she never forgot. If I remember correctly, literally in the first chapter of part 2, she brings up about getting Denji to cough up the atomic bomb devil, right? Like, I thought she kind of already knew what atomic bombs are. So, like, I'm a little confused on the dialogue here with that. Unless I'm misremembering. But I'm pretty sure she says something along those lines, right? Right? Things can, concepts can be reinvented when even Machida at them. That's what I got from the chapter. I think so too. I mean, they can be reinvented. I wouldn't be surprised. Or not even being reinvented. They could even be something that they found, right? Like, it could be something that it's not like, I mean, unless they literally just slowly disappear. But it's not like you can't remake these things either. So, like, I don't know. You might be on something with that though. Yeah, but it's like it's the timeline, right? Because I know they were fighting back then. Atomic energy, so they didn't remember. Yeah. So it's something they. I mean, technically they don't remember, but they were able to make it again, basically, right? Got my reason. True, brother. Is Rize about to pop up? Is it time? Is it time? Does mean that we should have didn't actually eat it, or did humans simply rediscover it? I believe they rediscovered it. I mean, we have some. I feel like there was a moment in time, I believe they did something along those lines, and people rediscovered like something else. It was something that's on a lower level, obviously, but they rediscovered something else entirely too. It's not like they can't do this. Not to mention, I think what ate on that rediscovery is the fact that war is becoming more known, more feared, and because of that fear is brought about this again, right? It's like a cycle in a way, right? Even if you forget what went on back in the day, that course of action will go back to that point of when we had those kind of weapons, right? I feel like no matter how you look at it, that's kind of like it's kind of like Famine or any of the other devils for that matter when it comes to the Four Horsewomen, right? Because like even Famine, like as things go on, as things escalate, especially with war right now, right? Famine probably actually getting a buff right now as we're talking, right? So even with that, it's like because it's a ever growing thing. That's what makes them interesting. The Four Horsemen in general, outside of death, obviously, because death is death, right? But like at the end of the day, it's one of those things where it's like a revolving door. It will always kind of like come back in some way if human nature dictates it to be so. Basically, right? That's what I'm assuming here. Could A's be remade too? I mean, possibly, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. Like I said, it all depends on the conditions that are met to make that happen again. Right now, the conditions are apparently met to have the weapons come back now, which is why again, Yoru has a massive jump in power now. Yeah, his stomach was open, it got out, or people remembered. That's my guess now. That's also very true. Very good point, Peach. Very good point, because that could also be what's going on here too. I mean, they got deep inside that man, pause, and there is a possibility of something along those lines for that to happen. I wouldn't be surprised that the nuclear war devil finally actually got the whole point. What Yoru wanted to do was to make him cough up the atomic bomb devil, right? That was like the whole thing she was talking about in the early stages of part 2. And welcome in, Secret Doves. This is a very good chapter, very insane indeed. All right. Still remember and learn you had Noosa, and there are people you don't like, you're instantly dropping them. You're pretty much, right? You're like, oh yeah, we have this weapon. What does this thing do? Ooh, that's pure destruction. Let me get my hands dirty. Yeah. Like, sure, that's actually kind of insane for them to drop an atomic bomb. You know how much damage it's gonna take? Like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? How did it escalate to atomic warfare? Like, what was happening right now? Like, what? I'm just saying. Like, his stomach got cut off by. Wait a minute. Wait, what? Hold on. Interesting. Wait a minute. Interesting. His stomach is impaled here. You have a point. This is early in the chapter here. But at the same time, is it really that simple? Is it really that simple to just like cut somebody's stomach open and then boom, like, or cut his stomach open and then boom, devils can like rain free come out like just like that? I mean, I don't see anything that would indicate like something popped out necessarily. I mean, this is some massive damage. Because it's not like he hasn't had damage like this before. Like, Denji has went through a lot. So that's why I don't know if that's really the case here. Yeah, exactly. When we see it, that's the thing. Probably they found a new version of the atomic bomb, different recipe, same result, which is also possibly too a possibility as well. It's totally in character that Yoru accomplished her goal of over 100 chapters by accident. I know, right? She's like, huh? Oh, I'm strong now. I'm One Punch Man. Let's go. Yeah. Being that straightforward is a real Fujimoto move, though. I mean, you're not wrong, Secret. But at the same time, I don't know. Because, like, again, wouldn't that devil pop out, like, sooner then? Like, that's the only thing I have to ask then, if that's the case. Like, if it's really that simple, wouldn't that devil pop up sooner? Unless... Actually, hold on. Maybe one way to fix this, actually, that makes some sense, Yoru was able to actually bring like the gun devil like parts all together. She was able to like hone them all in into one section, right? She couldn't get everything, but she did do that. It's not impossible that because his stomach's open, the time War Devil did pop out of his stomach to actually reunite with Yoru at this time, right? Like, it's not actually impossible. Now I'm not thinking about it. That could be what's going on here. He just honed in on her because, like, mother, come to me, and then boom, you know what I'm saying? There it is. There it is. All right. You know, shot before when that already would have happened. Yeah, but see, I had to think about it too, Ghost Sad, but I think maybe that's what it is because Yoru is in her state the way she's in, and the fact that she's able to bring her children over like she was able to do before. I think that's probably why we're seeing this happen now, as opposed to even before this time, because she was never actually actively trying to get her children to come to her like this. You know what I mean? And at the end, it looks like the PSD soldier meme. Yeah, it actually kind of does. Just give her a helmet, and then boom, that's her. You know what? That should be my freaking thumbnail. I need that as a thumbnail. Can somebody edit that real quick? It's just my guess. We don't really know any of the rules. We don't know no rules at all when it comes to like how these devils work in general, Peach. That's the problem here. But I mean, we got to do our best guesstimations here. You know, you could reach out of your stomach and into the real world until a few chapters ago, which is very true. So like I said, I found a way to connect that theory that you're talking about even further beyond that makes more sense here to complete it, basically, right? Because at the end of the day, again, she was able to bring all the gun devil pieces and to put it into her arm in the first place, right? So it's not unlikely for her to be able to be like, okay, your stomach's open, tell my bomb devil, come to me, right? Even though she didn't even probably actively do it, but at the same time, I'm pretty sure he wants to get out and be reunited with his mother. God dang it. What if Newt popped out to save Yoru when she was dead? Also very true. Actually, yes. Yes, Dove. Yes. That makes too much sense. Yes, you're right. Because freaking Fallen Devil was actually asking this question. She's like, weren't you dead? Like, how'd you get back up? That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. That could be something that actually somehow saved her. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. I was wondering how the U.S. made a bomb so quick, but I remember when ear was forgotten, people still had headphones. Yeah, exactly. It's not like the material for the items disappear completely, I don't think, right? So it's not unlikely or unheard of for them to actually rediscover these things in a bunker or wherever the case may be, right? Nuclear war and stockpiles of this stuff is in certain areas always, unfortunately, and it's you know, it sucks, but that's just the nature of what we have in this world right now, right? You know, someone into the building with the TV that just happens to have the news on. It's funny. I mean, look. I've seen way worse. There are other coincidences that be happening in any freaking series. I mean, if you're watching goddamn Dr. Stone is built on coincidences all the time. Freaking the precipitation of the rain is gonna freaking move to the south in like 30 seconds, and then freaking Senku's like, yep, I know all that. Like, you know, like I'm saying, like, look, coincidence always happens in anime. This ain't the first time. It ain't gonna be the last time. God dang it. If we saw the world news and said, fine, I'll do it myself. Whoa, Diego, wait a minute. What are you implying here? Hold on. I don't know if I can agree with that message. It's like, what? Hello? Like if the earless world had continued, people might have invented hearing aids to let people... Exactly, right? Like, they would have to try to figure out what they can do to fix this issue that they're now in when they didn't realize they were even in it to begin with, right? Like, this is kind of the things here that I do wonder how the world is affected in this way when things like concepts are erased. Like, how do people really truly navigate after that happens? And then when it does come back, like, we didn't really see anything really go on. Once it came back, it went back to normal, basically. No one talked about it, right? Like, it's interesting that no one can remember these things and to begin with. But again, that's kind of the point. You're not supposed to remember this stuff. But it makes you wonder, especially considering that there's still items, again, in the world that complement whatever is missing, basically, right? I remember Newt for the breaking news. Yeah, no, she did. I think we're gonna be... Well, that's what I'm saying. I think she remembered because I think when her arm... Let me see. I think that's around the same time, if I'm not mistaken, right? Because she's supposed to be dead. No, she got up right here. Let me see. And then she attacked right there. She was kind of going in. But she got back up. Once she got back up, she had a surge of strength all of a sudden. So there's a good chance that maybe that's when the Atomic Bomb Devil went to actually help her, is what's going on here. Just my assumptions. Actually, wait a minute. I mean, that'd be no, because I don't see it anymore. So the weapon that's actually in Yoru, yeah, it never comes back. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but like, if you look at this weapon that's actually inside her right now, right? Like, could this signify something? Like, does this look like anything that could be a potential of a bomb or whatever the case is? Like, is this a pill? Like, you know what I mean? Like, hilt thing? Like, I'm wondering about this. Because the sword doesn't appear again all of a sudden. But I just know that she's also got Pierce, and again, she's supposed to be dead, and she got brought back. So after that happened, then she remembers. So I'm under the impression that's when the Atomic Bomb Devil said, all right, I got you, mother. I got you. They were going to be seeing Death show up real soon, since the whole plan is get Yoru powered up. Well, he's indeed... This is... I mean, I wonder about this, Deso. Like... Because she's not going to follow the plan all the way through. She has her own ideologies and things she wants to do at the end of the day. And especially considering that Death has a different type of idea of, in some ways, trying to help humanity in a way. I guess, you still don't know the full scope of what she's trying to do. But I don't think those two ideas align together when it comes to Yoru and the Death Devil, right? I don't see them working together in that sense. And this could be also maybe a potential argument we might end up seeing, actually. Because like I said, again, Yoru, I feel like is one of the sisters that feels like they don't get their comeuppance, right? They don't have that respect that like her other sisters kind of have in some way, shape, or form, right? Like she's kind of looked down on, especially when like Death's kind of right there, right? Because you're not beating Death, and Control Devil, you already saw what Makima did. So it's like, I do still wonder if that's going to be a theme at all that might play into this. That's why she always tries to compensate and wants to be the strongest she can be, so she can't be looked down upon anymore. Like, that's still a character trait that she has. So I'm curious of how that's actually going to go. Wonder if somebody nerfed Yoru and she actually forgot about nukes and Puchita didn't eat it. I mean, Puchita, I'm pretty sure probably did actually eat it. That's why I was gone in the first place. I mean, that's how she got like nerfed in the first place, that too. She got partially ate by Puchita, apparently, right? So that's what's kind of going on here. Morgan told Yoru about nukes. You stupid. Big news. Her getting stabbed in the head have something to do with her suddenly remembering. That, I mean, that's also obviously the case too. That can also be something here, right? Like, for her to just, like, suddenly remember that, hey, you here. But again, I feel like she's always known about, like, atomic bombs in some way, shape, or form. Because, again, she said that way back when. That's the only dialogue aspect that's throwing off with me, because I'm pretty sure she said that before. So saying how we're this deep in the story, we still don't know what's going on with all this stuff. I mean, you can take it as, like, as a pro, but also a con. Because I feel like we're 200 plus chapters in. You would want to have some better information on like how things work at this point. The fact that we don't really know how things work is still kind of like an annoyance in some way, in my opinion, for me. But also, because there's a video I watched not that long ago talking about like not power scaling, about how the power systems are, right? And they actually brought up Chainsaw Man's power system. Chainsaw Man's power system is pretty simple when you first look at it, right? But I feel like there is more complexity there. But Fujimoto decides not to do that, actually. Fujimoto decides to just keep things as contractual business situations. You know there's devils, you contract with them, that's how the power comes to be. And then you got hybrids, kind of like Denji, like Yoru. You know what I mean? Like, it's very straightforward. And I think he wanted to be like this so people can have a better understanding and just get into the series a lot quicker. It's not JJK. JJK at first wasn't really that hard to understand, but as the show went on, it gets way too confusing on how the power system actually freaking works. And then it's like, you know, there's certain conditions and circumstances that have to happen, that this has to happen, then boom, now you got these power-ups, and it's all, you know what I mean? It gets confusing after a while when you start adding more elements to it. I mean, even with like Nin and Hunter x Hunter, you understand it, but it's a lot of explanation that does happen to get you to understand what Nin's all about and the 5 different systems that Nin has, right? It gets confusing for some people. So I think Fujimoto understood this, and that's part of the reason why he's trying to avoid getting too complex with what's going on in the entire world when it comes to this power system, because the power system is very confusing, I'm not gonna lie, as you look more into it. Yoro changes her posture. She looks surprised at herself. So maybe the nuclear weapon could have sneaked out, but wouldn't it help directly with falling? Wait, why would it help with falling? Why would it help with falling, Ting? Yeah, but she does look surprised. She was like, wait, what's going on here? Like, why am I... She probably didn't understand why she got a surge of strength all of a sudden, but then everything starts to flood into her. And she's like, yo, I remember you. Maybe that's the other reason why I think it kind of still works with the kind of dialogue that was here. Because she might know the concept of atomic bomb, of the atomic bomb devil, but she didn't understand the scope and the destruction and how strong the atomic bomb devil actually is. You know what I mean? So, like, all the information probably getting right back into her head, and she's like, yo, you're a problem, and I needed you this whole time. No wonder I was saying this, right? So that could be also what's going on here. That's right, you're new of nukes at the beginning of part 2. I guess what I thought, but I think that's what I'm saying. I had to think about it. Maybe that's what it is, right? This is answer on your dying. She immortal but can't regrow parts, like arms and scars. See, so with her hybrid ability... She's not the same. She's not the same as Denji. Like, Denji is a true immortal. Like, you can cut him up, put him into pieces, and you can literally put him back together, and he's back alive. Yoru is not the same way. She's still... maybe as she gets stronger, I think maybe it might become that way. But there's, like... The way this is kind of set up, like... Pochita is his heart. Versus where... Yoru is Asa's half of Asa's brain, basically, right? Like, it's not a full... takeover of the body in a way. Like, Pochita, if Pochita really wanted to, if he was actually, like, if he was Yoru, for instance, that body would have been taken over a long time ago. You know what I mean? Like, Pochita, like, it's mine. Like, but Pochita didn't want that. He cares about Denji. Like, he's like, no, like, I'm your partner. We're here together. Like, if you die, I die. Like, I mean, like, that's kind of like how the ultimate situation is for these guys, right? I don't think she has the same type of tangibility that these two have, especially considering that they're not connected in that same way. So I think she's more vulnerable in a way that she could potentially die, as opposed to Denji here. So I mean, we have yet, like you just said, we haven't yet to see her regrow arms or any of that kind of stuff. So I'm under the impression she's not on the same level as what Denji is, because again, Denji has a stronger connection, quite literally, to Pochita, to his devil here. Hybrids are the weapons. I think your Asa is called a living vessel devil. Yeah, right. Like, I think she's more of like a living vessel. Not even necessarily called. I saw one call her a hybrid. She's like a fiend in some way, shape, or form. If you really want to look at it from that perspective, but she's still alive as opposed to being dead. Because like fiends are, it's a dead body being controlled at that point, right? So that's why we see like characters that could they look like people that we might know from back then, right? Like Eri, for instance. Eri, there's a high theory that we've actually seen the fiend version of him later on in part 1. So like there's a whole theory about that I do subscribe to, because it kind of does look like him. So I wouldn't be surprised. That's why you're new of nukes at the beginning. His answer, you're dying, be immortal, but chemical parts. Okay. By the entire manga collection of Chainsaw Man, Viewer says, I am atomic, bro. And you know what? Don't put it past Fujimoto. He would do it. He might do a little callback real quick and be like, you know what? Imminence of Shadow, baby. Let's go. I am atomic. Let me stop. All right. Surprised with her crying at the end. Knew she was wanted nukes back, but I thought she wanted them back simply because it would make her stronger. But her crying makes me think it's always... I see, that's the thing. It's a very good like thing to note. Because I was wondering why she was crying too. It's... Again, I really do believe she has a bit of a superiority complex, right? Like, I'm pretty sure Atomic Bomb Devil was what made her very strong in the beginning, right? Like, that's why she had that, right? And I think losing that was like losing a part of herself in some ways. So the fact that she got that back, that's why she's overflowed like with emotions in some ways, because that was maybe that half that she really needed for herself. Because that gives her the confidence to be able to actually fight back against her, not just her sisters, but to other devils that try to pick on her, right? That could be what's going on here. Why she has not to mention, this could also potentially be like a shared emotional type of thing, because like she still has Asa's body, and from what I can tell, she seems to have some level of emotion there. Like, there is actually some care in Yoru. The fact that Yoru did not change Denji into a weapon should give you that idea, right? Because the fact that she didn't do it is actually surprising. It's shocking even. So I do wonder about that. Like, maybe there's more compassion in her than I realized. Maybe, but like I said, it's hard to say. It's hard to say. It's funny how the world is about to end, and by the Death Devil, and the U.S. goes, "How about?" Yeah, right? It's like that's what I was like. What caused them to start fighting for? I mean, I know they were fighting before this, because I do believe they were talking about this, like when the whole Gun Devil and the whole situation was there, and who had what parts of the guns and all that. Like, I know there was still some infighting happening even at that time. It never escalated obviously to this, but like apparently it escalated, and now we're in this situation. Because like there's always that background that we don't really pay attention to when it comes to actual world events in the world, right? So it's just the fact that we're back here, bada boom bang, time bomb, baby. Yeah, you saw her healing her arms, not like nothing power up, but made her immortal. But that was my guess. Look at the page where she looked at the TV. I don't see any. I mean, that's also true too. She kind of put herself back against. I mean, but again, like I was saying, there's a good chance that she just, as she gets stronger, she's gonna be able to actually heal herself for real, right? As this goes deeper into her strength, I'm pretty sure she's gonna have that same type of intangibility that Denji might even have in some way, shape, or form, potentially. It all depends on her strength. Like, again, Makima's a great example of, oh, that character should have been dead a long time ago, but she didn't die because she has so many different contracts and so many different things set up to where she just can't die. Like, if you kill her, you're actually killing somebody else. You know what I mean? So, I'm under the impression she might have some other kind of, like, setup for herself to allow her to be able to, like, keep on going like this. He was dropped by the U.S. Mew Uniforce. Go Sap! Alright. Now wants to know if she still wants to kill Chainsaw Man since he still mad he beat her, or she I don't know. Peach, I have no idea. The fact of the matter is, I have a feeling Yoru actually might care about Denji. I know that sounds weird. She doesn't like Chainsaw Man, right? But she might actually just like Denji. And unfortunately, they're 2 and 2. They're together, so she can't get. If she gets rid of Denji, she gets rid of freaking Pochita as well. And maybe she doesn't necessarily want to do that. Maybe there is some form of like debt that she don't want to let go. Maybe Asa's feelings are that strong that is actually influencing her not to do it. Like it's a very interesting question, and hopefully it gets answered here pretty soon. I hope. I wonder if your almost transformer Denji just to constantly access the Pochita top favorite dishes. What? Leave it to humanity making a bad situation worse. I know, right? Like we're in a dire situation. A prophecy's about to happen. The world's already going to crap as it is, and then you coming over here. Let me drop an atomic bomb. Like, why not? I mean, since we're already here, you said we're all gonna die anyway. Let's drop them. It's like what? Oh my God! Almost cities in flames. So nukes. I'm right. Reality of the Soviet Union ended after the Cold War, but still exists in the Chainsaw Man universe in 96. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was trying to say. Like the universe here is a little bit different. It kind of reminds me, and I don't know if y'all played this game before, but it's Metal Gear Solid. Metal Gear Solid uses real life events, but they kind of put their own spin on those real life events in the games, basically, right? That's why Metal Gear Solid 3 is like one of my favorite times, because of just, well, not my favorite times, but like it was a fun game in the time that it was in, all right? Dealing with Soviet Union and all that stuff. Actually, funny enough that you bring this up. But it's just like, it's kind of similar to this. Like, Chainsaw Man has a world kind of similar in that sense, where it's taking liberties from a certain period of time and then kind of like doing their own thing with it. That's why it's so weird, because people don't realize that Chainsaw Man isn't really actually in our time like that. Like, funny enough. So it's interesting to see how he's crafted this story the way it is. And again, this is why I keep saying we need some exposition in the world by itself to have just better understanding of like everything that's actually going on, because these are such nuanced things that you can easily overlook and not realize that's what's actually going on here, right? You know what I mean? Yeah, Chainsaw Man's in the 90s, like exactly. Like I tend to forget this too, but it's a interesting and a very important detail to remember, because this is what we're in. And it's just funny that, again, no one really talks about it. We don't really think about it like that. And Fujimoto doesn't really ever bring it up for you to really know it. And again, it's such a nuanced thing that it's easy to forget and to not remember, like, at all. Did Yoru looking up to Chainsaw Man and want to beat him out, not hate him. She wants to show that she's strong to herself by defeating him. Right, my thing is, she doesn't necessarily have to kill Chainsaw Man to win, right? Like, she can make him give up in some other way, make him tap out, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, put him in submission. Like, I don't think she needs to straight up kill him to feel like she's superior over him, especially considering that what she just did now and taking out the Fallen Devil. Because again, we're sidestepping this, but she just took out a Primordial. And if she's actually dead, she took out a Primordial, right? I don't think we've seen that yet in the series. So she's kind of busted right now. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is a problem right now. Yeah. Needs a data book really badly, but I don't think Fujimoto wants to write something like that. Nah, he's not gonna do that. I mean, that's just more time for him to write, and he doesn't really. You don't think he wants to write like that. He'd rather make a movie or something, right? Like, I don't know. He does need to do something to get some of the information more concise and together, so that the manga readers can actually have a better understanding of what's going on. Because, like, or anybody for that matter that gets into Chainsaw Man, have a better understanding of actually what's going on in the world. Because it's very easy to not know these things, because it's not really in the forefront of the series. It'd be cool if no matter how strong one of the sisters got, death always piggybacks off their fear. I mean, Peach, I wouldn't be surprised if that's actually the case. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, death is the inevitability to all things that are created, right? Like, you're gonna die at some point in time, and that fear is always gonna be ever lingering. With an atomic bomb devil being a thing, and atomic bombs being a thing in this world, death is more imminent, it's scarier, right? Because, you know, like, it's different when you have, like, a devil, you know, devils they're scary, right? But you get eradicated, you don't even know when that's gonna drop. That's terrifying, right? So that ever looming presence can always be something that's terrifying to you, and ultimately death is also a part of that. Same thing with famine. Famine can go into death. Like, as stronger they get, the stronger she also gets too. Control is the only one that doesn't have that that caveat, technically speaking, right? So, like, the Control Devil, this is part of the reason why I think there's some bunny heads here with the Control Devil and the Death Devil, because, like, technically speaking, she can kind of bypass that situation to allow Death to have that kind of, like, control over Death, right? She can make her own narratives for this to make it not work in her favor. So, out of the sisters, Control Devil again has an upper edge if she can get herself together. So, did you be like, finally, a person I love didn't die? Pretty much, right? Not yet, anyways. I still expect her to die. I'm sorry. Like, I don't see your Asa situation. It ain't gonna be like that, right? It ain't gonna be like that. The move by Chef Mama by going inside a building. She used AOE. I mean, that's also very true. She shouldn't have went in that building. The bomb show was made out of what? Huh? What's that? What are you talking about? Okay. Your needs fall into cancer regeneration. Pause. Even Makima exploded when fighting Bushida and still recover. That's true. I mean, she is a primordial, so she could come back. Right? I like to think she can, but you got to remember something. Ghost Tab, you're forgetting something. She isn't in her own actual body. She is summoned by the power of the Death Devil, if you remember correctly. So we don't know the full scope of what that goes on, like what kind of ability that it works with, but I wouldn't be surprised if that breaks that, like, contract, right? I don't know if you want to call it that, but I'll call it a contract for now. But it breaks that contract for her to, like, actually dissipate and, like, disappear at this point if she actually gets bested, right? Like, I don't think she is... She's not like the other primordial we saw here not that long ago, right? Because that was his actual body that was actually in the real world. Versus, she got summoned here. And then she had to piece people together to make herself whole into the form that we see her in, right? So I think that could be what's going on here. You know, these let me see, with the U.S. nuking Russia, I think this is going to start World War. Plus a human versus devil war at the same time. Yeah, it's literally gonna be all out war. This is fucking crazy, man. The way this manga's going, we are getting into, like, a literal wartime situation. It's gonna be nothing but battle and destruction. The world as they know it is not gonna be the same after this. Like, even if this whole thing is done, the rebuilding process is gonna take forever. I feel like, I mean, honestly, that's what I'm saying. I think part 2, we talked about how part 3 can be a thing. If part 2's getting to this point, I honestly don't see a part 3 even happening, because who's going to be around for this? It's like, you know what I mean? Like, the way the world's going to be after this is all said and done, if we drop in nukes, it's not going to be much of a world to even live in. So, I'm on the fence of it being a part 3 at this point. True, also Makima revived due to a contract, not by primordial powers. Exactly. That's what I was trying to say. Like, she has contracts that makes it to where she literally can't die. All right? And need to get her head straight and she'll be good. I don't like that pun you made there, Peach. Put the thumbs down. Get the thumbs up out of here. So, I don't quite appreciate that. God dang it. Control accidentally weakened death. Okay, listen. If Falling is actually dead and is okay. Well, wait, why didn't it send? Wait, what? Team, what are you talking about? I was reading that and I got confused. I can see a part 3 being the Apocalypse arc. I mean, if he wants to get into a doom and gloom kind of story, I mean, if Fujimoto wants to do it, which you could do, Fujimoto's a great writer, so I wouldn't mind seeing a part 3 of that. But I don't think, especially with how maybe the world is, I don't know if he wants to get to that level of like despair. Just considering that, you know, you'd rather have something that's a little more uplifting, potentially. I don't know. I couldn't tell what was going on in Fujimoto's mind, so you never know, actually. I see a part 3 being the Apocalypse arc. See, forget rebuilding process Japan has done economically. Yeah. If Falling is actually dead, will she be under control of death after being reincarnated? I mean, I say I don't think that's what I'm saying. I don't think she's like actually technically dead. That's what I'm trying to say here. Like, this body that the Falling Devil has is not her own. This is something that is a construct that allows her to be in the real world. But that's not actually her. Because she's summoned by this like little totem like thing that Death has. The Death Devil has these things, right? I think she did the same thing with the Eternity Devil. Like, she has these things that she can summon these devils here in the real world. But it requires like pieces of other human beings or some kind of situation to bring them together, basically, right? So with Fallen Devil, we saw how she came about. Like, a bunch of people fell, people died, and then all those bodies clumped up together, and it made her. And that's how she got into the world. So I'm under the impression, like, I don't think, because again, she's not here in the same fashion as I can't remember the other guy's freaking the other primordial that's here at the moment that Denji was fighting against with the tree world and all that. Like, that primordial, like, he was actually here in the world, like, he was there. Same thing with Darkness Devil. Darkness Devil was actually there. Like, if they died in that particular sense, then yeah. The Age Devil, thank you. The Age Devil. I can't remember his freaking name for some reason. The Aging Devil. The Aging Devil was here. He was actually physically here. If he were to take the hit and die like that, and then maybe if death came by, yes, there could be control. Technically speaking, you could actually say Fallen Devil is already under control under the Death Devil. If you think about it, if that's what this is, because I mean, I think actually, yeah, didn't the other two, the Famine Devil, also get turned into one of those things, actually, now I'm thinking about it. So I think she's already under the Death control, if I'm not mistaken, actually. Now I'm thinking about it. Hold on. I had to think about it for a second there. Because, like, I think that's what's going on right now. Saru is going to heal her hands first. That's her strongest weapon, says Denji. Ghost Staff. It's 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Well, once they all show up, it happens. So I can see that very much being the next move for the series. Yeah, true. You have a point. You do have a point. That makes sense. That does make sense. Maybe Def needs to kill herself to activate the skill. And that's not impossible. I mean, can't she even die? Remember, she took all her organs out, and she's like, I'm still here. So I don't know. But on the idea of the part 3 would be a hell arc all about devils, if anything. That would be nice. Honestly, Doves, look, if they go that route, I would love that. Because then we can finally get information on how hell even works. And all these theories that we've had for hell finally can come to freaking fruition, right? I want to see what's going on in that freaking place, right? Because what is the Blood Devil doing, right? I want to know what the Blood Devil's doing. Look, what's power at? You know, I want to see if God forbid, if Night is actually dead, like she's back in hell, right? And if she's not getting spawn killed, like, what's she doing right now, right? I want to know. But she's not dead, guys. But she's not dead. She's still around. Look, like what freaking Desto said. They're all going to come together, all right? Four horsemen of the apocalypse. All right, don't worry. She's still here. God dang it. I think Fallen is dead. She seems to just come back to life with ease. I think she's just stopped coming at Yoru because she's gonna get Big Stop again. I mean, pretty much. I mean, she probably saw all that happening. She was like, I'm trying to attack her. Why is she all good all of a sudden? I thought she was weak, and now she's strong. I mean, to be fair, though, like Peach, Fallen Devil had it coming. You can't sit there and badmouth one of the four horsewomen and think you're just gonna get away with it, right? You can't just sit there and be like, oh, you weak. You ain't better than me. You better dust yourself off. Yeah. Again, rush hour. Like, no. She's like, all right, bet. Hold on a minute. Let me get myself together, god dang it. See, maybe an apocalypse merging Earth and Hell. No, that'd just be disgusting, all right? I wouldn't want to. See, again, this is why I would never want to live in the Chainsaw Man world. I would never want to live in this world. You can't live here. God. People die when they're killed. Exactly. A great man once said that. Shiro Imiya, all right? He knows what he's talking about. He knows what he's talking about. Mischance by Fallen calling her a weak sauce instead of weak. Really? Look, they're not talking about the white sauce. They ain't talking about no sauce, bro. Get the sauce out of here. So, for what I'm thinking when it comes to next week's chapter, are we having a chapter next week? Please tell me we're having a chapter next week. Because you can't give us a bombshell like this and then leave us alone. Like, I need a chapter next week, please. But if there is one next week, we're probably... Because she is? Okay, thank God. I mean, we are? Okay, good. So what I'm thinking here is, seeing as she is at this power level now, I think she might actually get Denji up. Potentially she can heal. She'll probably heal Denji, even. And then she might even tell Denji, like, hey, I'm much stronger than I am before. You want to see? I'm going to show you something real quick. And then she might actually demonstrate her power in some way, shape, or form here. Right? Like, I feel like she might end up doing something along those lines to finally, like, showcase just how terrifying she can actually be. Right? And honestly, if she does do that, that goes right in line with what Fallen Devil has been doing this entire time. Because you got to remember, Fallen Devil was actually attacking civilians before freaking Yoru decided to try to fight her. So I think she might still even go into along those lanes and kind of work within that same, like, parameters of that plan, not knowing she's doing so, but she is. So I think, like, that in of itself could just be the chapter. I don't expect, like, too much going on into the next chapter, given how Fujimoto tends to write. He likes to be really slow on things, so I don't expect much more than just that, actually. So, if there's more, great. But if there isn't, it is what it is. All right, God. Let me cook. Death definitely feels something for Pachita. So I've heard the idea that Death is in love with Chainsaw Man, because he could technically... Honestly, I can see that. That makes a lot of sense. I mean, didn't she actually make a comment about that actually being eaten by him or something like that? Because, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if she wants that to be the case. Like I said, I think the whole entire plan for Death is for that to potentially happen, maybe. But at the same time, I don't know if she wants to completely wipe herself out, only because Death is a necessary evil for life. Like, without life, with life, there comes death. You need both. It's like yin and yang. You can't have one without the other. Because imagine certain individuals just, tearing up the place. All right, defeated by a weekly devil. Thank God. She can get Denji up. Oh, go that, please. God dang it. In many ways, don't get involved in this. God dang it. You're powered up now. But remember, Death's plan was for Yoru and Chainsaw Man to get powered up. So I wonder how Denji's gonna get powered. I have no idea. I mean, the whole Chainsaw Man church thing seems like a bust. So I don't know how that's even going to play a factor into even getting him stronger at this point. Unless, well, no. I mean, because again, like, Denji doesn't mind becoming a weapon. Because obviously he goes back and forth with his character. Which is why, like, it's hard to make that video. Because I want to say that he has grown as an individual. But he does revert back a lot of the times. And it's just like, I don't know. I don't... Because I can see him honestly becoming a weapon. I do wonder if Yoru's power is strong enough, she's capable of making a weapon that still has the soul there, right? Like if he became a weapon, but then is able to transform back into his regular self, that would be like the chef's kiss to the entire situation, right? I wouldn't put it past it. But at the same time, that seems kind of, like, ridiculous. And also, now we're stealing for Soul Eater, if that's the case. Like, now we're stealing for Soul Eater. Like, what are we doing? But I don't think we'll go to that point, but at the same time, we never know. Because, like, the thing is, he's a hybrid. Like, when she's making weapons with human beings, that's human beings. This is a whole different, like, individual. Like, he's not the same kind of makeup. So there's a potential chance that that reversion could be the case. Maybe. Shoot, for all we know, she can get so strong. She can get strong enough that she can only take the Vegeta part out of him to make a weapon. Even. Who knows? But at the same time, that'd be dirty. Because I don't want that. So you're telling me you would separate from freaking Vegeta like that? Ain't no way. He wouldn't want that. So I don't know about that, actually. Never mind. He is always one step forward, two steps back. He has the characteristics of an addict. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's really what it is. Like chapter 9 TV VHS combo sets out of 10 nuclear mute. Okay, I'm tired of using Mew bro. I'm about to fight you, god dang it. All right. The rating overall for this week's chapter, honestly, I'll probably give it like a 9 out of 10 too. This was a really good chapter. The fact that we have the Atomic Bomb Devil here, this is why we're actually having a massive conversation right now as we speak. This chapter marks the change of the Chainsaw Man world. This is not just a situation of just her getting the weapon and remembering. This has implications of just the world itself changing after this moment here. Because war is happening. It's here. Atomic bombs are being dropped. And I doubt they're going to sit there and be idly by about this whole situation. Rize will come back at this point. Given the situation at hand, I wouldn't be surprised to see Rize back. Right? She is a bomb herself. So, like, these things are coming here, and it's going to change the makeup of what we see how Chainsaw Man is. So, yeah, 9 out of 10. This is a very good chapter. This is a very good chapter. I don't think he can be turned into a weapon. Yoru thought after the aquarium that he and hers, but he didn't change into a weapon. But you gotta remember, Ting, she was nowhere near as powerful as she is now. There's a massive difference in power levels between that and where she is now. That's the thing here. And you also gotta remember, there's actually more care and attention to detail here than it was back then as well. The situation is completely different from how it was back then. Like, Yoru did not give a crap about freaking Denji at all. Here now, we can argue that Yoru actually might care about Denji a little bit. So I wouldn't put it past it. Because as I mentioned as well as Rize is imminent. Yeah, Rize is coming. Alright, it's time. It's freaking time. With the movie coming out, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if the release of the movie is when she appears. I wouldn't be the way this is going, we're seeing Rize here very soon. Alright, we've been asking about this for the longest time. And I think it's about to actually happen. Are you ready? Guys, are you ready? This is really the payoff for over 100 chapters. Yeah. I mean, outside of the other payoff with, you know, the switcheroo that happened with the Family Devil and the Death Devil, because that crap was freaking fantastic. But this is also another big marking moment of Chainsaw Man. And I'm glad to be a Chainsaw Man fan, all right? What if Yoru kills Rize in front of Denji? Denji? Who the heck is Denji? Denji. In front of Denji. That would be... No, that's not so Fujimoto. That would be... Hey, get that idea out of here, Ting. I don't even want to hear that. All right, that's disrespectful. That's disrespectful. All right. You're into a weapon. I mean, look, anything's possible with that. All right. I wouldn't want that situation happening. Just kill Rize like that. I mean, but again, if Rize does try to fight Yoru, I don't think she's winning this. Okay, she might just literally like, "Give me here, child, get over here." What do you think you're doing? It's problem by my keyboard. Hey, it happens to the best of us, all right? It's all good. He's a member of the Soviet Union, so I could see maybe sending her in. Yeah, exactly, right? Like, you can't just have, like, these type of like, situations go on and then not bring her in, right? It's time. Like, sucker, you can't be doing this, all right? You want to drop bombs? I got bombs for you. Good. All right. 9 out of 10, I give this chapter. If y'all can, real quick, can y'all like the stream? It helps with the algorithm, but to push out more to Chainsaw Man folks and all the likes so we can all have a conversation to talk about Chainsaw Man weekly or whenever it does decide to come out. I will be back next week for Chainsaw Man. You already know. I might do it just a bit sooner too, but I decided to be a little on later end because I'm like, why not? But like, I feel like for later times or earlier times might be better. Who knows? I guess I'm ready for the next week's chapter. Like, this chapter was really good. I can't wait to see what's about to happen next. I'm locked in. All right, I'm locked in. All right, GG to you as well. I will be streaming over on twitch.tv/Thabreakmaster in about, give me like 15-20 minutes because I got to set things up. I got to wake Anna up. So there's all this stuff going on here. But we'll be back over onto the Twitch channel. All right. Hope I see you all then. All right. Exactly, Ting. See you next time on Chainsaw Man Tuesdays. Until then, people.